like guard flying.
Broken.
Yeah, just trying to learn some more. I'm never going to try and learn Max Act. That is way too ridiculous. But I try to learn more with Dante. Who knows? This stuff might not even be in Devil May Cry 5.
Dante's style switch might be, except in I don't think they'll. See, the issue with Devil May Cry 4 Dante was that there were a lot of glitches, and I think those glitches that were intentional are what gave him such depth and, crazy combo video potential.
Right.
But in 5, if they're taking their time and they don't want any of those glitches, he might end up simplified.
Well, I think he still does have a style switching that's there, but I think that well, hold on a second. But I think that they should keep guard flying and all this stuff because it actually made the game like very interesting and made it last as long as it did. I know it was a glitch, but it's still very nice. Actually, they do still have inertia. That is confirmed. I don't know if it's still with guard flying though, because inertia is actually like the name of what makes him move so fast. Because I seen somebody do a rainfall, and they were moving in the air after jumping off an opponent. So I think it's just there. But somebody, that Rizura guy, he said that we should have a demo by tonight, and then he was like, well, we don't know when the demo gets done. That pisses me off. Like, dude, I just want to play this. Don't do that, guys.
No, you're not allowed. You're not allowed.
Yeah, evidently not.
Well, so much for that reliable source.
I was
given misinformation.
Oh man, that pissed me off. And the thing is, Yellow Motion was like, this guy is a faker. I'm like, is he? But he leaked. But he said he was a tester, and he leaked footage from Reddit that he said he got from a colleague. So, like, now it's like, okay, I see what Yellow Motion was talking about. Like,
then, wait, does Yellow Motion have the connections then?
No, he doesn't. He just knows that Rizura doesn't either.
Oh.
So, yeah. I wish Yellow Motion had a connection. But I don't trust anything he says anymore either because we see how Tekken 7 turned out. And the way he was talking, he had me as a believer. He was like, I believe you do a better impression than me. Tekken 7's gonna be the most special.
Yeah. The most special Tekken experience, video game experience to date. The Tekken team is working hard to deliver the most immersive gameplay experience for refugees.
As far as single player goes, RIP.
Oh yeah. You gotta be kidding.
Oh, don't tell me they don't have English voices here.
Oh no, probably not. Just the Japanese.
In this version. Really? Sephiroth's voice is the best in English. Actually, in Final Fantasy games, I heavily prefer the English voices.
Yeah, me too. Because I don't think I've ever heard the Japanese voice. Maybe once for Cloud and Advent Children trailer, maybe. No, yeah, I have an Advent Children trailer. Yes, that's exactly right. Harada got a big promotion. What do you think about that?
Oh, I hope he does a good job in it. But the man definitely has a knack for making the hype gameplay.
I hope he does a good job too. Like, in all honesty, I wish him the best. I just don't know what that means for everybody else because he's gonna be developing. And he's gonna be doing some other shit. So, you know.
Yes. Well, he's working on the DLC for Game 7, yeah? Then also, he's working, I guess, on Game Cross Street Fighter?
Yeah, and possibly also working on Game 8. Who knows with that guy?
Yeah.
So man, you're getting Soul Calibur?
Maybe, maybe not. Every time that I play a video game, I keep thinking about finishing school. So I haven't been able to fully enjoy a video game.
Me personally, I've had like nothing but free time, like bored.
Yeah. I wish I could afford to be bored. I mean, I can, sort of. It's not like I have a lot of work to do, but the work that I have is really boring.
You know, 2B, I play with her a little bit. Well, you've seen I play with her a little bit. That chick is nuts.
He's annoying.
Yeah.
But I mean, even if you know what she can do.
Yeah. Dude, I'm sitting here knowing full and damn well what she can do now, and it's like, I know how to dodge this, but sometimes she has like these weird moments. Like there's a video going around that's happened to me quite a few times where TV will hit you with a lethal hit with a vertical that missed. Like if you sidestep and go all the way to her back, it's gonna hit you. What? Maybe you're excited for Dead or Alive 6.
Absolutely. I can't wait. I even pre-ordered the game and the wall scroll edition and everything.
The wall scroll edition.
Yes.
That's a sick edition to have, man. I wish I had it.
Yes, it comes with... I don't need to make this joke.
Devil May Cry 4, I don't like a lot of these bosses, to be honest. I was thinking about getting the HD collection on PS4, but I was like, why would I buy all 3 games for a third time?
Yeah, now that the 5 is coming out, I don't think it's worth it. Even if the games are good. I've already played 3 a million times. I didn't have much fun with 1, because 1 felt more like a Resident Evil game, which makes sense according to the story of the game development.
Yeah.
But
see, that's the thing. Yeah, I would only be getting the HD collection for 3.
yeah, but
Hopefully, they actually release HD Soul Calibur. By the way, I'm massively disappointed that the last two DLC characters that we had are supposed to be Cassandra and
Maybe.
oh my goodness. Like, I know you told me that the other day, but I was like, I thought we seen Huang in the game code files or whatever the hell this PC nerds did.
I'm not particularly a fan of Wang. I'm not really a fan of Yun Song, but I would rather take one of those instead of another Sword and Shield or another Fencer.
Yeah, I'm already still annoyed with Sophidia, which is getting a big nerf, thank goodness. I knew when I played that Sophidia in a tournament, she was really goddamn strong.
I don't know what people think of it.
I think
But Greeks have always been solid.
She's solid, but like, well, after playing her in the tournaments, and I was like, yo, why is she so much faster? Goddamn. Like, I know Mina's meant to be like a slow break, but you can't get away from Sophidia with Mina. And it's not even just with Mina, like, Nightmare has trouble, but she's so fast. There's Oscar all day. Only character I could see, like, keeping up with her up close should be, like, Taki or Yoshimitsu. But Taki's trash, in my opinion.
You're insignificant.
Yeah, I got ringed out by Yoshimitsu yesterday, and I almost fucking deleted this game and sold it. Like, you know that move that he does where he spins around in the air? It's like a braid. I don't know what to call it.
Yoshimitsu ring out potential is, I don't know the specifics, but I've seen Boom play him, and it's
Dude, I swear to God, like, it was a C3 Yoshimitsu, and I was beating him. I beat him the first match. He beat me the second match. I was like, this is my chance to redeem myself with a third match victory. And he hit me with that ring out, and I was like, why is that ring out so far? We were on that pirate ship stage. We were like standing in the middle of the stage. Bam! Hit me with that EX, you know, where he's like floating in the air and he does that horizontal spin move. He hit me with the EX version of that, and I flew so far backwards. I was like, they cannot possibly think that that's fair.
well, see, that part is fair. Very good strategy there. Also, Ivy getting a ring out from mid-screen. Actually, a backward ring out from mid-screen. That's also fair. But Nightmare and Zigzag. Oh, Flapjack. No strategy there on Miracle. Rocky Rocky. Fuck you.
I've seen like a couple kids already like try to they're like trying to ring me out with that. Like, really working.
It can still be used to put you there, I mean, in the situation where you can get ringed out. So it's not an immediate ring out. It takes one more mixer. Because you can do flapjack into flapjack. But still, I don't get it.
Yeah. Seems to think that he's like okay. People who play with Max and Fear are like, these players are okay until they do like half your life worth of damage. When they're like close to a wall, like, hey, here's this 50-50 Oki combo.
Well, I mean, every Soul Calibur character has to do that. they have monster damage at the wall.
Hey, don't step up if you're
Yeah,
not gonna put up
I
a
suppose
decent
it's
fight.
true. But I feel like Helix 50/50s near the
Didn't
wall
your
that
mom
give
ever
him the
tell you
monster
not to
damage are
litter?
nuts. Like Mina, to get like monster damage during, near the wall, I gotta like hit, what is it, 4/4B? It's a slow mid vertical that you can sidestep. I got hit with Helix. He did I don't know what the move was specifically, but I know it was a 50/50. I know that it was either gonna be a low or a mid. And he did the mid, knocked me straight up against the wall and took like all my life. I was like, never again will I ever block low against this character.
Well, if you guess the timing right, then Guard Impact.
I was so scared for my life because I don't know if he can cancel or if he's gonna do like a unblockable out of nowhere, because Keelik is crazy. I hate Keelik players that like lay down and then do that unblockable where they stand up on their pole. Like, oh my god, stop having these options.
It's hang on, where are my buttons? What? Can't believe this.
We'll believe it.
No, it's because I completely forgot the buttons and now I'm pressing them and they don't do anything. Wait, that's that. Okay, I don't know what's going on. Anyway, you were saying?
I don't even know. I just got into a fight with these demons and I forgot.
That's broken.
Demon Ash. I got in a fight with some Demon Ash.
Yeah. What do you think of Geralt?
What do I think of him? Geralt is an okay character. He's pretty okay. I feel like I want to say more, but I haven't had a Geralt get in trouble in quite some time. I think his auto GI is like, it does a lot of damage for an auto GI. And the only reason I say that is because, you know, once again, I'm a Mina player and her auto GI sucks dick.
What's his ROGI? What do you do?
He spends a little bit of meter and he like mixes purple mist pop up into
Oh, it's the sign. Eden, or whatever it's called. I know what that is. Yeah, the combo gets nice too.
Yeah. It gives him like a lot of damage in it. That's cool, but he's already pretty decent. But I guess it does take some skill to, you know, do it to work, but sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it's just like, oh, let me just go ahead and throw this move out there. That's
Well, I
why,
mean, Soul Calibur, not Soul Calibur, but fighting games, modern fighting games, you gotta do the random timing on moves to be able to hit with something.
But, you know, I haven't even played with Geralt yet. I just haven't, or Geralt, I don't know how to pronounce his name. People say it differently.
It's
really...
with the V sound, Geralt.
Yeah, man, I don't know. He doesn't seem like a appealing character. And normally I would like try to like create a character if there's a character I don't like, you know. But because I created a character for Raphael and I ended up using Raphael anyway, and I'm definitely never using 2D. So I created a character for 2D. Wow. I can't believe that, man. Lizard Man, they got Lizard Man's fighting style in the game. people like aiming more than Quan? It's nuts.
What's aiming more than Quan? I can see the same.
I mean, it's I don't have a problem with that. It's just I can't believe it.
There are already too many cool characters in the game.
Too many cool characters like Mitsuru,
Yep.
Squat Stance.
Squat stance.
I don't know what to call it, where he's like spreading his legs. That's my favorite stance in the world, ever in any fighting game.
I'm trying to remember the name.
Not relic stance, but it's like something else. I forget.
It's Mist.
Yeah, Mist. Because, you know, at the end of a fight, you can go into Mist stance. Like, you can sort of wave dash up to your opponent, and then you just keep jumping. I love doing that. People get so mad. Who?
But yeah, I think I'll just keep playing the Deep Split for now. But I don't think he might be my type of character because he's all about doing big moves. He doesn't. I don't. It's hard for me to say that he might struggle from close range because he has very good tools to deal with MASH. But I guess Grow would fit more because he's just more versatile and he does whatever.
I was about to say, I thought Bro was like the Lars of this game, except he's cool.
Oh. Well, I take that into consideration. I wouldn't say, well, the optimal character for me to play according to my playstyle is something like Talon, and then I'll play her just because, yeah, she's good. No, that won't happen.
You know, I want to play with Siegfried. I'm gonna make time to like learn him better, but I honestly think Nightmare is so much cooler, even though Siegfried has more mix-ups. It's just, I feel like they did a lot of things with Nightmare's like right arm this time around, and ever since I was like a kid playing Soul Calibur like 3, because I actually got 3 before I got 2 and 1, I was like, man, he has that big arm for no reason. He doesn't punch very well. He doesn't like use the sword with it that often. And in Soul Calibur 6, he has like all these soul charge moves where he just grabs it with his right hand and just swings it around. It's crazy. But I mean, other than that, like Nightmare just feels like a character should, I guess, when he's like one-handing a huge sword. He feels sluggish and he feels strong. And Siegfried, it just feels weird when he's like one-handing or two-handing a weapon and he's not doing that much damage with it, I guess. Even though he has the capacity to do it, it's just like, man, you know, why doesn't he just do it now like Nightmare, you know?
Because he's a human.
Yeah, and he's concerned about his arm all the time and shit. My arm!
My hand!
And that's a Grow. Grow is such a solid character. When I went to those 2 tournaments, 2 locals, people hate Grow. And it just so happens my Mina wasn't working out the first time I went there, so I was using Grow in like the finals. People hate him because he's solid.
They do.
But it's like, why do you hate Grow but not hate Sophia? Tell your boys, because this place is like an hour and a half away from where I live. I wouldn't normally go in this area, and you know they got favorites there. I'm like, tell your boy like how fast Sophia is and how solid she is. Don't tell me Grow's too fucking solid.
But it is true that they're giving him stupid buffs.
Grow? Yeah, they are. 100%. I thought he was fine before.
I think most of the complaints people have with Grow come from the fact that, oh, he does the stance mix-up, and they don't know how to deal with the stance. Except, well, you know, if he does something on block into the stance, something that's not Scarlet Sleeve, 8-3 or 4A into the stance, it's on block, you can interrupt it with 2A every time.
Yeah,
Whatever option he does in there.
I know. People don't want to listen.
I think now more than ever people are complaining way too much about the character and not experimenting and trying to make things work.
I understand that.
Like, oh, I gotta make my YouTube video to be the first one to tell people about the tier list. Oh, I gotta be the first one to make the tutorial for this character so I can get the most views. He's the only one in the market now.
Right.
I'm not finished.
I'm not gonna lie, I was about to do that for Mina, but I wanted to do it for Mina, but after fighting another Mina player and learning more and more, like, I'm still learning every day about Mina, which is interesting. It's interesting, like, how much smaller these move lists are compared to, like, Tekken characters, but, like, how much more I get out of them. And I think it's, you know, partially due to the fact that lethal hits and all these moves have so many different properties.
This isn't what you think.
Why? Why did you do this?
I like it like this. I like movesets that aren't overly complicated. The issue that I have with Tekken now is that it's a string trivia game.
String trivia. That's good. I like that. You should patent that. That's good.
I will.
Not to worry.
String trivia.
Harming her. Yes. Though. You would have
Hey, do you know about this 3-4-3-3-1?
It's nothing to do with this.
Oh, you don't? Too bad. You just lost the first two jank at a tournament. He didn't sidestep left on the second hit after ducking the first 4 high, mid, low, mid, low, mids. Low, mids.
your defeat.
You know, the common complaint from people who don't normally play Tekken that play other 3D fighting games is that the side steps aren't that good too.
Well, they should learn what the sidestep is for. Because, sure, the Game 7 sidestep isn't as good as it used to be in previous games, but see, it requires you to have experience from previous games to be able to make that comparison. And it's not like sidestep does not exist, you can still use it, and it's still viable in sidestepping situations. You can't simply just do it and it evades everything.
Yeah, that's true. But it's like, you would think moves that, okay, so like jab, just a regular one, like, of course you're able to sidestep it, there's no debating it, but it's like, I think people's confusion, like, just comes from, like, why when I sidestep in the middle of a sidestep does the one track me while I'm sidestepping? Does that make sense? Because they don't normally play Tekken, and if they're coming from a game like Soul Calibur where, you know, if somebody does a B, if they're holding up or like even tap up a little bit, like they're out of the way. Does that make sense? Like, that's where their confusion comes from, and like why they don't like
It
the
depends
system.
on. Hang on a second, somebody's here.
Okay.
Get quick. No. Where was I? It depends on who's bees, because Raphael and Nightmare bees, they seem to be able to track.
And you've been playing with Raphael, right?
A bit, yes.
His bees track sometimes, but like it really depends on if he's like in a string or like what the deal is. Because I think
I know they took out while rising BB the tracking on that, but when he's in his prep stance, then he's gonna track with moves.
yes.
Even though they're bees. Well, whatever. I don't know. I mean, movement is more intuitive in Soul Calibur, and it doesn't require as much work as in Tekken.
I would never suggest they put 8-way run in Tekken though, but I do wish, like, you know, when I sidestep and A comes out, if it's not a tracking move, you know, like it really kind of defeats the purpose if you think about it. Like, why have a homing move if regular moves are just gonna track you sometimes anyway? You know what I mean?
Why have a homing move when regular moves are gonna track most of the time? Well, tracking helps you in poking. Because, see, normally homing moves are a bit slower. Like say Knockfish with War 1 goes through. Or Devil Jin doesn't really have viable homing, well, I won't say viable homing moves, but see, Devil Jin is the example of where you want to use moves that track instead of moves that are specific for homing. It depends on the character, I guess, but mostly the issue with the tracking is more like, I want to do this move, and maybe it's going to counter launch, or maybe it's a poke that I want to use, and if they happen to step, then they will get hit by it. Like Devil Jin, if I do a down back 2, it tracks to the right. If they want to step towards that direction, it's going to catch them, but it's also mixed up because it's too low. You play around with those things. If the game wanted you to use homing moves just to counter sidestepping specific, they would have to be made a bit quicker because you can sidestep block in this game. And let's say if pokes didn't track, then you would do a low and, well, you would just be sidestepped. And then how would you do a low against somebody who didn't stand still? Well, if you do a homing move, but the homing move would be slow and you just sidestep block it.
I suppose that's true. Good old Tekken Soul Calibur.
I'm gonna have to wait until this game has a character for me to play. Each Tola is cool, I like Mages, but it's not, you know, a lightning like Sephiroth.
I don't know, who's he for?
She's from Final Fantasy 14 apparently.
Oh, that's a cat.
I think so, yes. She has a British accent in the English version. This is good. I'm gonna check if there's a way to change the voices.
for Japanese free to play, that would be nice.
Yep, it's free to play in Japan.
They might not have it then. And if it was a Hong Kong version, I'd be like, yeah, probably.
Well, it looks like you cannot change voices. Damn it.
Sorry. Normally it's a Hong Kong.
This guy, okay. Hang on. Gotta take care of this stoner. How do I keep this guy? Oh, okay, there it is. They're just more on the Arsenalite server, obviously.
What?
There's an Arsenalite server, right? And there's this moron who keeps coming back even though people keep kicking him. And I'm one of the mods there. And I'm going to talk to the other mods to see if we can actually ban him instead of just kicking him.
It's on Discord.
Yeah.
No, I wish I liked better acting.
It's where I am most of the time now. I'm not very talkative anyway, but sometimes people link me funny things, and memes are discussed.
I love the good fighting. But mostly, I haven't been seeing many for like, like the 3D games we've been playing. Mostly it's been for Blaze Blue and other 2D fighting games. Which, by the way, I hopped on Dragon Ball FighterZ the other day, and I got beat by the best green square in the world, which doesn't make any sense. Green square is normally like people who are like beginning. And I'm a pink square. I'm supposed to have like the biggest dick on the internet because of that, but I guess not anymore. Either I suck at the game or that guy had a sock account or a Smurf account.
Nice. Gotta love the Smurfs.
Yeah.
There's we keep memeing on a kid. Well, it's not a kid, but on a dude on another server who's like every time that he starts losing, oh damn, I can't play like this. There's only Smurfs in rank. Even though he's just mashing buttons and dying.
Wow.
But here, well, I'll give you an example of something cool that we do. Whenever we come across people who send hate mail or use a key card on you and teabag you, but they play like crap, we put them on here, and then we start sniping and hunting them. So whenever we find them, we send to them. For being smart after.
Also, like, we downloaded Street Fighter 5, but I mean,
That was fun.
I wanted to see, like, what happened to Fang, and I was not pleased.
He can fly now.
Okay.
Yeah.
I must have missed that.
Oh, you didn't check his move list.
Well, I went to see this, like, this new V-trigger dude. I was like, this is nothing.
Yeah, it's a McDonald's V-trigger. It's not Wagyu.
So he can fly now.
Yep.
Samuel! Samuel! I will kill you! I will kill you!
He can't
All you
fly.
got? I think it's time to put you out of your
He's
misery.
got a new move. I've seen it once or twice. I still don't know how it's done or what it does. But it looks to me like Ibuki's parachute thing.
I need to look into it. Well, not anymore since I deleted it, huh?
Yep.
Right away.
But he has a link that doesn't link anymore, and that just, I think that really destroyed my outlook of the game. Because, well, no, I think you could link it with a counter. I didn't really test everything. I was just like not giving the game a chance, I guess. But after looking and seeing, you know, the characters that I had built up from season 1 were gone, I was like, completely not motivated anymore. I thought they were going to give me like 10 million, like, you know, fighter points for not logging in for so long, or, you know, for logging in after so many errors and patches since season 1. Nope, they're like, hey, this is season 3. Here's a bunch of tutorials on all these new modes we got.
There was a time where they did give out about 50k fight money or something for something that happened. I don't remember now. What was it? Was it the beginning of season 2? No. Was it after Evo or something? Maybe. Or maybe Capcom Cup. Capcom Pro World Tour? No, I don't remember.
About Capcom Pro Tour or whatever it was, like making all that damn money, but like Tekken doesn't make anything. That was actually pretty hilarious.